say, you got to earn your liberation. Say, Coney, you got to earn your liberation. People will watch, like, people that's grooming me this round. Like it too. Yo, all the starmans, pulse up, earn your liberation.
All right. What's up, world? Welcome back. Earn Your Liberation. Special Saturday Night Live pop-up edition. Geechee Y'all, Brother Diallo, Jared Ball. What's up, world? What's up, remixers? Welcome. As Ear Doctor says, tell a friend that it's on again. Put this in your socials. And come on through. Poncho, my main man. Yes, sir. Puff, sip. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, fellas? What's the word? What's the word?
This evening, man? We got to get through this. I got
You got a boogie? All right. Well, you got to get the club. So get us started. Let's go.
Let's call the meeting and then rush us off.
He called. He sure did.
He said,
because y'all go beyond. Y'all always, y'all like fucking Democrats at war. Y'all like mission creep.
So I got my own cup with EYL on it.
That's so strong. I feel bad.
Shit, you know what I mean?
Come on, man.
I'm about to pour some Uncle Nearest in my EYL.
$1 a day.
Don't worry about it.
For the price of a cup of coffee, you can get Geechee his own EYL. That's sad. It's his own goddamn fault. I don't care. Don't y'all feel bad. It's his own goddamn fault.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pour some Uncle Nearest in my joint. A little mix.
Now, while he's doing that, remember
your baby mama. Maybe you'd have a
come on out May 19th. No move. If you're in the Baltimore area, and check us out. The links to the details are all in the show description. Come on through. It'd be good to catch up for our first ever inaugural live event. In person, that is, I should say. We are live now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But all right, Diallo, you called us into being, into existence.
Yeah, it's just some things I need some clarity on. First of all, y'all been following this Kendrick, Drake / Future,
more than I want to admit.
Rick Ross / who the other cats?
I actually haven't, but you're going to have to update me.
J. Cole for a hot, quick second.
J. Cole, but he apologized.
Oh,
that's
and I would too. Now I changed my whole. Now that I heard this Grams joint from Kendrick, I don't want that smoke. Want that smoke.
But wait, he was on. Wasn't J. Cole going against Drake too?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But he apologized to Kendrick so he could get out the way. Because this latest that I heard is.
Are you sure?
I think I would shout out to Lil Bill Pause, whose show I do appreciate. He did a live a little while ago or yesterday or very recently where he was saying that for him this has gone too far. This is not hip hop anymore. It's too personal. It's too serious.
That's some bullshit. Who you hanging out with? No wonder you ain't got no friends.
It's facts.
That's some sucker shit. He said it's gone too. Well, I wanted to share, since this is the era. Some people say this is rekindling hip hop. That this is hip hop going back to what it's supposed to be instead of catchy TikTok ringtone dances.
Yeah. That's a rumor you heard that you made up just now?
I be hearing things.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
another Kendrick track dropped. Another one.
The Grams. Damn. I think he's talking about the one you.
That's the one I heard. Okay, I thought he meant another, or I don't know, or they Commons Goatee. Thank you for the $10. And do you mean something beyond Grams, or but go ahead. My bad, Diallo. Go ahead. Man.
But as a hip hop scholar, I would just be curious, and we share our own personal top 5 diss tracks. And what do we think is a true hip hop diss track? Of course, Geechee, I gave you an exemption. You can share one or two because I know you are quite young and quite, You're
Don't do
into
that.
what?
Don't do that.
R&B.
I grew up on old school hip hop. I had two
Okay,
uncles
great.
that DJs,
You grew up on it, not with it.
and I have my own. I got my top
Okay,
five,
so
but I did throw R&B in my top five.
You're equipped to have this discussion.
Yeah, I got my top. I got more than top five.
Just top 5.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm gonna break the rules anyway because I got one that's not technically a hip
which is
hop.
why you ain't got a cup. But go on.
But I'll go last. You go with your top 5.
I'll go with okay. I'm just give one, the number one, the greatest diss track of all hip hop history. And the reason why I think this is the greatest diss track of all hip hop history is because I think if the target of this diss track had adhered to the wisdom and insight articulated, I think this person would still be with us. I mean, this diss track was one that was full of love and concern for the opponent, which I'd never seen before or after. And it was prophetic, really. And that would be Sun Dula and NYC Love. And it was between King Sun and Tupac. It was during the East-West. Y'all don't even know that, right?
I do remember. Of course, I remember. I don't remember the tracks though, but I remember King Sun stepping out there because I thought he was one of the few at the time who had a strong response. But I don't remember what he was saying. So
you're going overboard with all that fuck New York shit, trying to diss Boogie, but the doula about to talk shit. It ain't no fun if the doula can't get none. Rising on the east, I'm about to set it on the west, son. Now listen. I ain't even down with who you dissing. But the part in there was when he said, fuck a thug life, niggas die and be unlawful. You let that peer pressure stress you something awful. With the world in your hand, fuck a man, be a king. You ain't even a man, cause you under the wing. Helter skelter from the shelter, need protection. Now you want a Suge Knight son running for election. I mean, just every line in there was pure wisdom. For Tupac, he said, how you selling records, making money, doing tours, then be up and down on more strubbing other niggas' draws. It's just line for line. But it was like Del Jones, whose birthday is also 19th, said it was criticism with affection. It sounded, when I listened to that song, NYC Love, it sounds like he was genuinely concerned for Tupac's well-being. And of course, like I said, it was prophetic diss track. So that's my number one. So I got 4 to go. Who want to go next? So you want to just trade off? Because we might have some overlaps. Because I see some overlaps in the
chat. Yeah,
well,
there's definitely going to be some overlap, I'm sure. But go ahead.
Well, I'm getting mine out the way, even though it's not a hip hop song.
No, it didn't.
I got other hip hop. I just
tell you he was gonna come. That's why I was saying you could do 2 or 3.
I already told you that. No, listen.
Versus the 4 tops.
Listen. I got
Bootsy
maybe like
versus Funkadelic. Ooh, go on, man. You just.
I actually got 15 top disc records, and this is to me my favorite one. But I'll go into hip hop. My other 4, I promise, will be hip hop or rap.
It's a shame.
But my favorite one is definitely Woman to Woman. See, that's my favorite. That's my favorite battle. This song.
Is she even talking to a real person or
Barbara? Yeah, she gave Barbara the business.
Is Barbara another artist?
Sure.
Barbara Streisand. Woman to woman. I guess you could say it's because she talks on the phone opening up. I guess that could be lyrical.
Look, Barbara.
This is whack.
Oh no, that's my first one. That's my number one. Woman to Woman. I'm sorry.
Just to be clear, I thought we were reviewing the 7 Things to Be Rich article that you sent. So I just quickly threw my top 5 together.
I knew I had to put some financial shit up there to trick y'all to come out.
Okay.
I thought we were prepared to talk about that too.
That's okay. So I quickly threw my top 5 together. I have to give. I almost feel compelled. I know it's almost cliche to do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give. I'll go with I mean, my number one would have to be Ether at this point, because I know it's but as others have pointed out over the years, it has become the verb. It's become the I forgot the exact language you use when Kleenex has become the language of tissue. Xerox has become the language of copying. Ether has become the language of diss tracks. So I would have to give Nas that one on that, and the vibe it set. The vibe. We were talking with my homeboy earlier today, comparing it to something that might show up on this list later, but it was the vibe out the gate. Who the you? Fuck Jay-Z. You nigga. Like, it's just out there. So yeah. Okay. I know it was tough to outdo Barbara to Bar, whatever that was. I don't even know what that was.
When he said
Super Ugly was actually on my
36 in a karate class, that made me stop working out. I was taking a couple class. I just was like, let me go sit on the couch.
But
I wasn't even in my 30s when
Ugly,
that shit came out.
People sleep on Super Ugly though.
Huh?
Takeover is not that great, but people sleep on Super Ugly, and it is legend. It is
I
legend.
Think people sleep on Takeover actually. But
but it was legend that Super Ugly was freestyle right after hearing Ether. That's what his legend said.
He probably should have taken a little more time with it though. Ether needed to he lost. He did. Because he also had the track Blueprint too, Jay-Z did, which was another response where that one, is it Uchi Wally Wally, or is it One Mic? Is it Black Girl Lost, or Shorty Owe You for Ice? People forget about that one too. But the only reason I think Takeover doesn't get its credit is because he was divided. Only one verse was for Nas. He did Mobb Deep, and I forgot what the other, maybe just General Target was. So,
well, I left Ether off mine just because I know y'all was gonna have.
I left Ether off too because I knew it was
Oh, no, I didn't. Well, all right, okay, all right, my bad.
No, it's not that.
And I'm leaving because since y'all hating, I'm leaving off Jermaine Jackson diss to Michael Jackson too, because y'all don't want me.
See, this is.
So I'm leaving that off too.
Why did you even invite this dude?
I got hip.
I was gonna say the same thing to you. Why did you send Geechee the link?
God. Okay,
Jermaine Jackson diss track. The Michael Jackson was classic.
My second one is Choice. The Big Payback. This shit slaps hard. I ain't gonna play the vocals, but Choice, this shit slaps hard as hell. She goes after all of the biggest artists out there, all male. Ghetto Boys, NWA, Too Short, all of the biggest artists of the 90s. She just went in on them crazy. So, and I love the video and the actor she has playing them. So definitely Choice. I don't think she gets enough love because she literally took on the whole industry at that time. And I do think it stifled her career. I mean, and she predates Lil' Kim. She predates all the other, she walked so Megan Thee Stallion and Sexy Red could run. So shout out to Choice. I don't think she gets enough props or recognition in hip hop history. She killed it. And like I said, she went after Luke, all the biggest artists of the early 90s. She took them on, and the lines are witty and sharp. And I think she kind of pioneered telling some of that backstory, some of the backstage and tour bus type shit that was going on, like telling real dirt and real stories. She kind of pioneered that in hip hop. So I give it up to Choice on my second, and the Big Payback. And at this time, of course, misogyny was mandatory in hip hop. And she basically said that's what really provoked her to go at it, because all these dudes, all they could talk about is bees and hoes. So shout out to Choice. That's my number 2, the Big Payback.
All right. Right on. Yeah, go ahead.
We don't get a copyright for playing the video like that without the music, right?
Well, I just showed the features and the outfits. Hell, I'm just gonna watch the rest of this video while y'all say what y'all got to say.
Oh wow. So I don't know. I guess I'll throw old school rap on there. I like MC Light, her 10% song. or diss track.
That's
But-
paper thin.
Say what?
Those are the visuals for paper thin, not 10% diss.
No, this is 10% diss video.
No, it's
Who
not.
was she talking to then? Well, that's what it says. But who was she talking to then? I don't even remember.
I think it was a couple people actually.
I don't know if she did a video. I've never seen a video for 10% diss, but this is paper thin. When you said you love me, it doesn't matter. It goes into my head and it's just chit chatter. Okay.
That's the video you're saying they put an old video to the wrong video to the song, is what you're saying? Because that ain't the one. But
All right, 10% diss. All right, representing the sisters.
I got a couple more sisters. I got some Mia X on here too, so let's get it.
Let's see. So then I'll go with. Oh man. Yeah. No. Mine. I mean, it would be on the list if we're doing important to the history of hip hop diss tracks. I think that would have to be included. But in terms of my favorites, I'm gonna have to go with No Vaseline for my Ice Cube going back at pause at everybody at NWA. I thought that was dope. That was dope. So that's it.
I didn't like No Vaseline. Homoerotic rape fantasy rap, that just wasn't my genre.
But it was the timing, it was the teaming up with the Bomb Squad in the East Coast, it was that represented.
Yeah.
It was the I'm going at the whole thing, I wrote for you, I ghost wrote your stuff. I mean, all of that, you getting robbed for your money, all that kind of stuff. So but you're right.
He was got robbed for his money. Eazy-E already said in 8 Ball, Ice Cube write the rhymes that I say, held to the niggas from the CIA. He was in a group called CIA. Every diss he threw at NWA, he was a member of it. He was dissing shit that was going on while he was there.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's just whack. Ice Cube is whack. His whole style is chump. And just because you said no Vaseline.
And now he supports Donald Trump, bars
and the IDF in Israel. So I'm going to say this wasn't next on my list, but it got kicked up to number 3. It wasn't supposed to be number 3. I'm gonna have to demote Poor Righteous Teachers and bring Common up, the bitch in you. When Common said to Ice Cube, it's a diss between Common and Ice Cube, and he said you went from gangster to Islam to the Dick of Das effects. When you talk about him going to the bomb squad and going to the East Coast, he's a chameleon. He's fake. He was a fake gangster. Then he was a fake Muslim, selling bean pies and St. Ives in the same sentence. So, yeah, I'm going to elevate Common's diss to Ice Cube. And especially since Ice Cube attacked him over I Used to Love Her.
Well, because in that line, he said she went out west and got done and ran through and turned it something like that. So they didn't.
But he
took
also
offense
said
to
he
that,
ain't disrespecting the West. I'm from Sky. I went to Cali. The niggas gave me love. So no. He didn't say nothing about NWA. He didn't say nothing about Ice Cube. And Ice Cube acting like can't nobody mention West Coast.
But his political arc isn't much better to me. He went from rhyming about Asada and doing Black August to hanging out with TD Jakes and singing and writing self-help books.
That's Badu's problem. That Badu did that. Them crochet pants she put on him. He ain't been right. So.
And that's why Andre 3000 is playing the flute.
I think Andre got better after Badu.
Oh, okay.
See, if you go to Badu, a broken woman, she'll fix you. If you go to Badu, Together Man, she'll break you. You haven't peeped the formula yet?
I asked Common about that personally, and he said he will never change for the low below.
That's cool.
And didn't he have a line on one of his songs where he talked about the dread walking with the white girl and hating on that, and he ended up
like
And
a
then he
dread
ended
with a
up with a
white
white,
girl.
and then he
Yeah,
ended up
that's
with a
what he
white girl,
said.
right? Okay.
But he ain't got dread, so you and I, we're free to get all the white women we can
Oh.
get there. It's just Geechee.
Oh, word?
He said most niggas sell out like a dread with a white girl, so he ain't never had dread. So
Oh, let me find out.
he just said dreads. He said,
hey, baby, it's over.
Watch Jared get punched.
I just got clearance. I'll catch you later.
"Hey, you cut your
Hey,
hair,
let me put your mom on the phone. Put your mom on the phone. Hey, baby.
Right. I ain't never
I ain't never coming home.
not come home no more. God bless."
All right, so I got some update joint then. You on the I feel like Beans and Beanie Siegel and Jada Kiss.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
a good
Beans
one.
is just nice across the board.
Both of them are really nice.
Hey, it looked like he got healthy too. Did I see that wrong? I hope he looked thin, but not unhealthy.
I know after he got shot and he was down for a while.
Oh, is that what that was?
Weight.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
ago,
about that. Okay, my bad. That's
But
not the diet I recommend.
That's not the one.
That's not it. No.
But yeah,
But okay.
Speculation talk over. Dig this. I'm about to son Kiss like some soda.
Yeah, he's
Beans
nice.
actually was one of my favorite rappers for a little while.
Beans, something. What's that? I can feel it in the air.
Yeah,
that shit just slaps me.
Yeah,
and then the way Jay-Z did him.
Oh, when he set him up. Yeah, that was messed up.
I mean, in a myriad of ways. But whatever, man. Them dudes. That's a good one. Your first legitimate selection. Congratulations.
Wait, you like MC Light? You try to name all these rappers with the women like?
I was gonna ride with 10% disc, but then you put up paper thin visuals.
Maybe they don't have one. You know, that's the best I could do on YouTube, bro.
Whose turn is it?
Jared.
I got to put this new Kendrick joint on there, Grams or whatever it's called. I thought that was it feels like it's over the line. I feel like I'm just getting old, but I like the track. I like it felt like a little bit of an old school track. I like the flow. I like the way he broke it up into he got a story and something specific. He's got all the wild, no Diddy, no Epstein accusations. He's got all kinds. It's woo. I don't know. Well, as people are saying, I don't know how Drake's ghostwriters are going to respond. But that was the other thing. I brought this up with my buddy earlier. I feel like if it is known that you are getting ghost-written beef rap battle lyrics, I feel like then whoever's ghostwriting should be added to the target. I mean, that too. But I think that they should get it too. Like because you're going to sit there and pen all this nasty stuff about me and I'm supposed to ignore you just because it was mouthed by somebody else? Nah.
I think Drake, except for Meek Mill, I think Drake lost all his beef. I just think he got over people because he's more popular than the people he beefs with. He lost to Pusha T. He lost to everybody except
he lost to Meek Mill one, did he?
Huh?
He lost Meek Mill too?
Yeah. I heard Meek Mill screaming over the mic. But again, like I said, what's her name? Nicki Minaj brought him down.
Oh wow!
So
but
Erica
I do
Badu
love
brought down Common. Nicki Minaj brought down Meek Mill.
It's the women's fault.
Yeah, of course.
But Remy Ma came home and took her out. That's what I heard.
Remy Ma ruined Papoose.
Papoose was ruined. No, she revived him. Stop that. She revived him. Nobody didn't know.
I'm telling you, you want to rap?
Papoose was out of people's mind until Remy brought him back. So
I'm with Chitty Mach on this. Ghostwriting rap beef lyrics. What does the world come to? Like that's the real sign of the apocalypse.
I'm pretty sure those battle rappers get a lot of ghostwriting.
That shit's been going on. You think Eazy-E wrote real motherfucking G's?
No. Well, now I know better. But I'm saying, but I do think Nas wrote Ether. I do think.
Of course. Come on.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I want.
They said Stickman was writing raps for Escobar. Stickman got mad production.
Oh, I've not heard that. I know he's got production credits. I not heard that. That's interesting.
Was it Rosa Clemente or I think maybe her.
I'm about to text
Somebody
Rosa
told
now.
it.
That's deep. So, but yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
But you broke the cardinal rule, man. Old heads gotta hate on new hip hop.
Not if it's done that way. I
y'all,
like that joint. I was
both
like,
of y'all do.
damn. And how is Drake gonna? I mean, how do you? What you gonna? Oof. I think he should just apologize.
He'll
like
do
J.
it.
Cole.
Drake started from the bottom with nothing.
He should just
He
go
started
back
from the bottom, and he
go
worked
write
his
another
way up.
Target hit.
So he's gonna be all right. He's just gonna follow God's plan.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I love the little subtext that while. So first of all, I heard. Is it true? Did I missed it? Did a couple things. I heard in one of these reviews that did Kendrick in fact say that Drake has 3 white grandparents but is still black? And then how do you have 3 white grandparents? What does that mean? His father's mixed? Like what? How did you get there? So I'm confused about that. I wanted some help with that one. But the other thing was, I think it's the subtext that Kendrick's wife is mixed is, I think, fascinating to me. A nice little, but that would be why Kendrick would account for Drake's blackness.
He be abusing his wife.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah,
Drake said that about Kendrick?
Yeah, I don't remember which
Ooh,
song.
Man, that's not too far, man. I feel like that's too far.
I mean, if he's a Hebrew, it y'all hear that? God damn, they trying to kill my sapling.
Yeah, who?
Saplings.
Hold on, I gotta go close this storm. I gotta go close this window. Hold on.
All right, yeah.
I can still hear y'all though.
You done talked all that trash about the Lord, and now it's, he's coming for your saplings.
Rain down on you now.
Oh man, I feel like it's a little bit. I feel like, the Drake does bop. Okay, we should take a poll to see.
Yeah, he is a pop star though. He's not a rapper. He's an actor.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all seen
Drake.
Like I said, even though he's been credited with taking on the biggest names in hip hop, the only person I think he defeated was Meek Mill.
Wait a minute, is it my turn again?
No, it's my turn. But
okay, my bad. Okay.
Well, this was supposed to be my 3, but it got kicked down because I had to elevate Common because you brought up Ice Coon. I'm going to say the beef between Poor Righteous Teachers and YZ and Strictly Ghetto, because it was the most respectful and wisdom wise and respectful and mellow beef in the hip hop history that I don't think people acknowledge. When he said, them tried to get me, but them suckers never got me. And most swift with the diss when I'm like this. It was just so melancholy. I mean, I almost want to say something reckless about Wise just so he can diss me. It was so mellow and smooth. And like he said, swift with the diss. So that was one of my favorite back and forths, even though I like both of them. And I never pick a side because I'm mad loyal. So if it's a beef, I pick a side. But in that one, that's the one beef I never picked a side in, because YZ and the ESD Posse and the Poor Righteous Teachers were 2 solid crews of the early 90s, late 80s. So that was one of my favorites, Strictly Ghetto, and that just, with just 2 lines in one song, just, slicing and dicing. So
I appreciate you getting the deep cuts. I appreciate my I would not have remembered most of these, so I appreciate that. Who's up? Is it
me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Since you left these people off, even though
Waters and Bobby Blue Band.
No, actually, John Coltrane and
John Coltrane,
Thelonious, the real monk.
The real monk, right? Yeah.
But anyway,
okay.
I felt like if they didn't disrespect Roxanne, I would have liked even more. But that was messed up. But yeah, I'm going with Boogie Down.
I mean, it's just classic. I mean, it's in terms of the history, it's very important.
Yeah.
For sure. And
that's the
KRS said,
OG.
Red alert. KRS said if Shan didn't respond, he would have never had a career, which I thought was deep. So he said he's always appreciated Shan because without the response, he wouldn't have. Okay, so let's see. So this is number 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go, since he was just brought up. One of my potentials was just taken. I'm gonna go with Yassine Bey's "Ends in Paris." No, "Ends is Poorest."
Was
His
that really a diss
remix.
track?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's clearly targeting Kanye and Jay-Z, one of his former producing mates, saying, you all are out here talking about niggas in Paris when niggas is the poorest. And going bar for bar, showing how while they're rhyming about this, he rewrote the verses to make it more relevant, and then adds in a Malcolm X drop and predicts Meghan Markle when he says, "If I was the royal crowd, I'd put some black up in my family."
Can I ask you this? Does he say Kanye or Jay-Z in his lyrics?
I don't think he has to. The whole song, he's using the same beat. I honestly don't remember, but he's using the same beat. He's using the exact same formula and cadence. He's reworking it as a complete diss of them touting all this capitalist excess while the community is actually suffering.
But he don't say nobody name. But he
again,
did the same
that's
thing
what
with
makes
the
it
Know
brilliant.
Your Clap. How you do the same thing with the Know Your Clap? He remixed.
I don't.
You hear that Know Your Clap?
No. Right, but that's not the same thing. One, that track he used was not an existing rap track from a commercial.
Know Your Clap. He used the same beat, the same track for Katrina Clap.
Oh, but that was his own song.
He didn't diss, but it's not a diss track, even though he used Katrina Clap, Know Your Clap, and he rapped over those same.
I think Diallo just mad because at the end he said Allah is in control. I think Diallo just
that's why he's mad.
But the bigger problem is he don't say
now
no
you
name.
got it.
He mad.
No, but I think that makes it even better. You don't need to say a name when the whole song is clearly a response. He's using your song. All right, but all right.
I don't know, man. I just don't give it to him. He don't name names.
I mean, but if he named the concept of their song "Watch the Throne," if he's talking about the throne, he knows. Come on,
he's using the man's song. He took the man's beat. He took the man's beat and rhymed on it.
So he did Juvenile too. He took a Juvenile song and remixed that too.
That's Wacko and Skip.
And made a conscious song out of a party song.
That's Wacko and Skip song, not Juvenile song.
But that's not a diss of them.
Not at all.
All right. I take nothing away from Mos Def. He is most definitely he's deaf. But he has a history of sneak dissing and backing away from confrontations in hip hop.
I don't like that he apologized to Drake. I don't like that he apologized
to Drake. He ran away from that other skateboard rapper.
Who?
From Chicago.
Lupe Fiasco?
Lupe Fiasco.
No.
Did you know Lupe had dated Amanda Seals? I did not know that.
I don't know, but Amanda Seals trying to get her left politic on nowadays. She's dropping all types of Maurice Bishops and stuff. We'll see.
Yeah, that was
Lupe Fiasco put a whole line out. Was like, you want to battle? First, Mos Def said any MC that wanted can step up. Lupe stepped up, dropped the verse, and came out. I was like, nah, it's about love. So he's a peculiar, and I give it up, man. If he got to be peculiar like that in order to put out the quality music he's been putting out for decades, I give Mos Def a pass. But I'm not going to acknowledge that he did a diss track unless he say somebody's name, because he's a known sneak disser and backing away from confrontation.
Whose mentor did Yuma? And there's only one R in the name. Thank you very much. Just in case you care. But whose mentor did I not mention? Yeah, she's from Grenada. She mentioned Maurice Bishop in that interview with Shay Shay.
Yeah, her mom is from Grenada.
Right, her mom's from Grenada. Right. Go check our interview. Back in the day, she passed through Morgan and gave us an interview. We got it up on the channel.
I was just online defending her.
I remember that
today.
I want to defend her. I'm not.
I think Charlemagne dropped her off or something. Like, they ain't really cool no more, I think.
Good.
That's a good sign. Yeah.
Hanging out with you and Charlemagne. She don't need to do that. Hurt her image.
There we go. You hanging out with me, so what's up? What you gonna say about that?
Well, Jared said ain't none of us friends, so
Oh,
Jared said we not friends. So can I do my next one?
Grenade.
It was actually the Bridge is Over, but I had some backup in case of overlap. So I'm gonna jump from Bridge is Over to 10th Round Knockout.
Cannabis?
I bust. Yes.
I thought that was second round knockout.
Is it second?
I don't know,
round
whatever
knockout?
it is, because
Yeah,
I had
it's
that.
second-
I had it
it's
written
second
down
round,
as that
second
too.
round,
But yeah,
second
whatever
round.
it is, that's a good one.
Second round knockout.
LL's LL,
Yeah.
his track versus LL, right?
Yes. Where LL was sneak dissing and brought it to the surface, except for the part where he said, "You might have more cash than me, but you ain't got the skills to eat a nigga's ass like me." I think in the 90s that hit different, but now in the modern day, I know the kids can't really follow that. But back when we said it in the 90s, that means like he ate your ass up. That means, you know, he shook you on the ball court, or he out-rapped you in the cipher. But so the slang didn't translate between decades, between centuries, the vernacular.
The best part was when Cam pulled out this.
It's a flawless diss track.
When Cam pulled out the lyrics on his phone and read Mace's lyrics back to him and he said, "My man, what did you mean when you said Scooter school me to the game? Now I know to blow like Hootie." He said, what did you mean by that?
Stay humble, blow like Hootie.
Stay humble, blow like yeah.
True pimp nigga, spin no dough on the booty.
But he didn't even go that far. He just stopped. What did you mean by he schooled me to the game? I can stay humble, blow like Hootie. He said, what did you mean by that?
But it said, because he took it out of context.
I know, but it's just funny the way he's like reading pieces of his lyrics in front of him. This shit was hilarious. But all right, okay.
But anyway, like I said, is it second round, 10th round, the knockout?
Whatever it is.
You know what's funny in that? He had Mike Tyson ad-libbing in that song. He brought out Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson confused cannabis with cannibal. So he said,
"Oh, right, that's right.
Yo, that's your name, cannabis. Your job is to eat. You eat.
That's right.
You cannabis." And he thought his name was Cannibal, and they just left it in there. They couldn't take Mike aside and be like, "Yo, Mike, come out the studio." They couldn't. Like,
it was like you can't get another take. You gotta take what you could get and get him out of there.
Cannabis is another word, especially now that he's in the industry. But if you listen to that and you listen to his intro, it won't make sense unless you trade cannabis for cannibal. What he's telling, and the video's cool too. And
this is even more reason why Tyson. I'm not happy about this fight coming up. I've been paying attention to it.
When is it?
July 20 something. 8 rounds, 2 minutes each. 14 ounce instead of 10 ounce gloves. I don't know, man.
On Tyson's official record,
it's official record, and
out, I would quit watching every.
And Jake Paul apparently he's beefed himself. He's up to 230 pounds. Like, so this, I'm you know, because this, I don't care what people say. This is for the race. This is all time race war right here.
This is class of civilization. This is
Christianity. This is it. And this is Disney's boy. This is the Disney YouTuber against the black superhero. Come on now.
What they call it? Great White Hope.
Since y'all leaving, y'all gonna leave the South.
This is a battle of the ages. The youth versus the old.
He can't lose, man. It can't happen, man. It can't happen, and it can't even be close, really.
Yeah, hopefully, I don't know if he's gonna knock him out. I don't know if he's gonna knock Jake Paul out though.
If this is what it takes for him to step away, a loss here, then because I don't think he should continue.
I don't think this fight should even be allowed to happen, man. I was hoping
I think they should all be outlawed.
Well, I'm with you on that. But I was actually, this was one time I was hoping somebody called this, like, snitch. Somebody called the law. Break this up. Unplug the lights. Somebody stop this.
That's Ali versus Joe.
Larry Holmes, too.
They said
Larry Holmes, he was hugging, like, Larry Holmes was like, basically like, can we end this? Like that. Oh man, I don't want to see this. I'm now getting a little nervous, man.
Hey, let me put the South back on the map because I know y'all was gonna lead them boys off. So
I wasn't actually. You're gonna be surprised by my number 1 or my number 5.
My number 5 is Soulja Slim diss record to Master P. Y'all probably don't even know who Soulja Slim is.
Oh,
Y'all probably don't
please.
know
Soldier like
Camouflage. Y'all
mentality.
probably don't know none of them people.
Rest
I'm
in
not
peace,
even gonna
Soldier
pretend
P.
like I
Come
heard
on,
it,
don't
though.
ever think you know.
I'm just
Something
saying you
for-
might not know Soulja Slim. When he said, I
all
see
know.
the plot clone you got, he gonna be the first. Put the 504 boys on the side of a hearse. That's
Yeah,
my
give
guy.
it up, Soldier Slim. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Soulja Slim, Camouflage. And you do know Camouflage daughter plays for LSU now. You know, y'all know who Camouflage is, right? Well, I know
Yeah, I
Diallo.
know.
The guy who sang Let's Be Cut Friends.
Isn't Camouflage deceased though?
Yeah, he transitioned too. He actually died holding the baby when he got shot.
That same daughter,
Oh,
right?
damn.
Yeah, fucked up, man.
But she played for LSU and she a rapper now.
Rest in peace.
Damn.
Yeah,
Rest in
That's
peace.
terrible.
Slim, Camouflage. Peace.
Is it my turn then?
Yeah, I think this
So
is the
then-
last one.
So my number 5 is gonna be I gotta go. I'm gonna stay in the South in Atlanta and specifically and go with our boy Killer Mike. That talking shit track has to be on my top 5 because I now am convinced he was talking about me. And if you're gonna if you gonna talk shit about me in a track, you definitely gonna make it top 5. So
Oh, then
congratulations,
I have
Killer
a diss
Mike.
track aimed at me too, from another.
I think
Southern
all of us are on that track, really. But I'm taking.
I'm catching strays. I'm catching strays.
I know it because the rapper told me it was about me.
Oh,
Who is
Talib probably was
No.
talking about you.
No.
Yeah, these cats
I mean,
bad.
I put me to But
Man,
Eight
but listen,
Why is that so petty?
let's get some honorable mentions on there. You got hit
but
him up.
I gotta share.
Oh, I got a couple too. Yeah,
When
yeah.
it's
But
cool.
let Diallo.
Oh yeah, go
Talking
with your honorable.
Reckless. If you go and Google "Atheist" by Skip Coon, he lied and said he said it was inspired by Bro Diallo, but I'm gonna take it as disrespect. So
I remember when I first saw that track. So I wished he could have been writing that about me, but he didn't know I was an atheist until after that came out. Shout out to Skip Coon. Because I feel like I remember the moment where I expressed my atheism to him. It was like coming out the closet or something, and he was like, "What? Really?" He was like, "Oh shit!" It's like, "Oh shit."
yeah,
But
he went out and put out. Yeah, I heard it, but I didn't say nothing. I'm like, that can't be. It can't be. But then dude looked at me and was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about you when I wrote that in your bullshit." So I'm like,
but I think that's
can't
his.
rap.
You
So
deserve
now
a diss track.
I challenge him because I can't rap. I challenge him to a dance off.
Diallo does. I mean, if anybody has inspired a diss track,
You got a couple of them out there coming.
No, that's it.
So let me get some honorable mentions of it. We got Easy E. It's on. You got Hit 'Em Up. I'm surprised y'all
absolutely.
didn't. I'm surprised y'all didn't hit him up.
I don't like hitting him up.
Really?
No.
Well, I mean, it's
the click and the
disrespectful.
bitch. Fuck your
No, but
bitch and the
seriously,
click you claim. God,
I do think "Word to the Bad" by Jermaine Jackson was funny. I know that ain't.
Who was he
talking?
talking? He was talking about Michael.
Michael Jackson. Yeah, he mentions
missed
the
that.
nose job.
Yeah, he did his brother.
Damn.
That was a nice
You
diss record.
change your nose, you bleach your skin. You never heard that shit?
That shit wild.
At least I don't remember.
Jermaine Jackson went
Jermaine, that's why he mad. That's why he made the track, because nobody heard
Oh my god.
I do like Jada Kiss Checkmate by against 50 Cent. I feel like that's overlooked. Like I said, Super Ugly.
Speaking of 50, dog. I don't know if you count this, but I think How to Rob is still one of my favorite Let Me in the Industry tracks. I thought that was brilliant.
Nice.
That was nice. That was nice.
And it's
I think
a lot of retorts, that just started a whole. But speaking of a decades-long beef, Roxanne Shante versus the real Roxanne versus UTFO. That's another one where I couldn't pick a side. I could not pick a side. That just on down an ongoing decades beef. What
about DMX Get At Me Dog? Y'all like that?
Huh?
DMX.
I like the track. I didn't know it was a diss track though.
Yeah.
K
Solo. You talking about K Solo?
Yeah, he said yeah. But that's not
Who was he talking about?
That's just a line.
K-Solo. No, it was two people on there that he was dissing though, I think. I can't remember. Was it Jay-Z the other one?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think so.
But yeah, I know he dissed somebody in that song.
I had to admit it was only a few years ago that I learned. I didn't know that without mentioning names, Eric B or Rakim rather and Big Daddy Kane were beefing with each other all those years. That a lot of the tracks that they put out were actually directed at each other without it being said. And I didn't know that either. But then again, that wouldn't count because Diallo, nobody mentioned names. So.
If we're gonna leave hip hop, I have to say, reggae has some of the best battles, clashes, diss tracks outside of hip hop. And Prince Jazzbo versus Iroy, your gal out there. So if we are going to skip genres, I do have a list of some roots reggae and dance hall diss tracks, just to shut it down. And that shit got mad personal too. So, but shout out.
I think they were saying "Get at Me, Dog" was a diss to Pac and K Solo.
He told K Solo. He invited K Solo to perform fellatio on him, but he didn't mention Pac's name. And I don't think DMX is the type to sneak diss, so he gonna say somebody's name.
What was the issue with K Solo? I don't remember. I missed all of that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I know that it wasn't nice. But I saw some there's a bunch of I was looking at just top diss records in general, and there was a bunch of Caucasians on there. I didn't know they was dissing each other too.
Like who?
Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly.
Well, I'm talking about like Leonard Skinner type people and
Neil Young. Yeah,
John
that's
Lennon,
Sweet Home Alabama was.
Yeah.
And Mary Clayton's rendition of Neil Young's Southern Man is incredibly powerful to hear a black woman sing it soulfully and put that. But then that was the first time I actually heard what the lyrics, and I never listened to Neil Young, were saying. And I don't know if you all heard this, but back did in the late 80s, did the remix of Sweet Home Alabama with Eric B and Rakim's Paid in Full beat make it around where you all were? There was a remix that made me actually like the song Sweet Home Alabama before I knew what the song was actually saying or was about.
Oh shit, I ain't fuck with that.
Okay. All right. I just
out of my area.
Supposedly this was the first diss song.
What does it say? I can't see.
In 1933 by Noel Rosa. But it was a whole bunch of the honky tonk white people up in here. And then Bob Dylan supposedly was dissing somebody.
Bob Dylan?
Yeah. Paul McCartney talking about John Lennon and Yoko.
Yo, I just saw a documentary about John Lennon's assassination. I had never seen this, but if you look at it, correct me if I'm wrong, but when they showed the clip, have you ever seen Paul McCartney's first reaction?
No.
It's clear he didn't like the man. They were like, he's on camera, and they're like, we just got word John Lennon's dead, or what do you think about John Lennon's killing? And he was just like, oh, and got in the car. He was just like, oh, it's just like, and just kept on walking. I said, damn. I said,
go on record.
Because Diallo said that we were going to cover this thing, we need to watch this clip because I had
the Beatles are overrated. I'm definitely on board with that.
They're culture bandits. They stole.
Crazy overrated.
Rolling Stones,
crazy overrated. All of them.
Black folks came over here performing and with European, British white boys, and they sing, and you don't hear no British accent.
Oh, now what are you mad that they don't sound American enough? Sound American. Sound American.
Speak American. Do you sound American?
Speak American.
The only Londoner, the only European I'm okay with not using a British accent when they perform is 21 Savage.
What about Slick Rick? Slick Rick don't use it.
Why are you talking more hard?
Slick Rick don't use
with a British accent. What are you talking about?
They don't always
sound like Walter
Dana Dane sounded that's Dana Dane sounded more like that than Slick Rick.
Slick Rick rapped with an accent.
I don't know. Not really. And he didn't talk with it. He was going out of UK for a long time by the time he got there, and he was in the streets.
I don't know about that one. I don't know.
I think he just had I don't think he had to act.
Who? Slick Rick?
Yeah.
Go back
Rick
and look.
does use Black Daylight agrees with Diallo.
Who you find any brothers in the hood in '86 talking about Lordy Darty. That's European shit. What are you talking about, Slick?
I mean, all of it's European.
If Hiram agrees, then we might have to.
I mean, it was on and off. It was on and off.
You know.
You just don't read, beloved.
It was on and off.
Listen, beloved.
But because Diallo had us because Diallo had us prepared to talk about something else, I did want to see this clip. So Diallo said he had this.
I did feel a little set up here tonight.
Yes, 7 things that you need to not do to be wealthy.
To be rich.
So what was it? 7 things that you need to avoid if you want to be rich.
Do these 7 things.
He had his own list, but if you type that in the internet,
that wasn't my goddamn list.
That was your damn list. If you type it in the internet, it's gonna be like 100,000,000 different lists, and all of them got different answers. But this brother, I just was looking at it. This is number 5, and the shit is hilarious to me. But go ahead.
Avoid blaming other people for your problems with money. Do I still have stripes? I don't think I do. I kind of do. Avoid blaming other people. Gotta get to that. There we are. Avoid blaming other people with your money. And I talk about this a lot on this channel. Personal responsibility is your superpower. That means you got to avoid blaming the president. I don't care who the president is, right? I don't care if you're right, left, center, middle, whatever you are. Avoid blaming Congress, right? Avoid blaming all of the outside things, right? Blame has never been a winning formula for success with money or in life, right? You never heard anybody blame their way to the top. Just doesn't happen that way. You have to avoid blaming the things around you that you have no control over, right?
Like light coming through those blinds.
You have to be in the habit of blaming the one person that you see when you look in the mirror for your money problems, your money issues, why you don't have money. It's not capitalism. Leave capitalism alone. You can't change capitalism, right? You cannot change capitalism. You probably would have been broke if it was capitalism, socialism, communism, whatever.
All the same. You'd have been broke anyway.
Because you are the person that's in control of your money.
That's the opposite of a kilobyte.
It's not the system.
All of them.
Right? The system is not holding you back or holding you down.
Nah.
Get that out of your brain. Because you're gonna never win with money if you think it's somebody else besides you. When you place blame for your money issues outside of you, you give away your superpower and you end up weak and powerless, right? And helpless.
So his top 5, what he said was the 5 things. Number 1, you need to avoid negative people. They're going to bring your thinking down. And number 2 was avoid expensive self-care. Stop tying money with fun. Avoid as much debt as possible. Most of those internet things have that as in their top 7. Avoid impulse buys. Diallo one had don't let your home repairs drain your bank account.
Yeah, this is the one Diallo sent us.
Number 5 was avoid blaming people.
So if you want to, I just want to show it, like, if you want to live like this, because this is what these two did. They started, these two also, much like most of us, started after centuries of enslavement, colonization, redlining, Jim and Jane Crow.
Jared.
I know, but I'm just saying.
No, what I'm saying. From your bank account
I know, but what I'm saying is, I'm showing the proof. I'm saying these two overcame all of that to end up on this jet, tapping their wine glasses or champagne glasses because they did these 7 things. That's all I was trying to say. They were not complaining like I was just doing. Right. They got busy and they didn't put all their eggs in one basket.
Diversify
all right?
your bonds. Diversify. That's Woo Financial.
That's right. Don't go it alone. Vanguard, a Vanguard study. I love this. The people with all the money have done a study and found that on average, a hypothetical $500,000 investment over 25 years would grow to $1.7 million if you manage it yourself, but 3.4 if you work with a financial advisor. So all of us, I was going to say all of us currently with our $500,000 ready to invest, just be clear.
I gotta stop picking my own stocks.
That's it.
Goddamn,
Get
let
help.
me go turn
Don't
over
do it
my
alone.
Turn it up.
Let me go
Take that
call.
$500,000 and get help. Where's that? What's that Michael Jordan's meme? Get help. Just
Right.
get help. He was telling you back in the
Stop
day.
it. Get some help.
Stop it, right?
God, I hate Jordan.
So
I hate
so
that man's
so whenever
guts.
you start talking about the white household has the white household with a high school
Blaming.
degree has more wealth
That's why you ain't got
than
a
the
cup,
black person with a
GT.
degree, you just complaining, right?
That's why you got your handwritten cup. Stop letting your
That's why I
debt
say
spiral out of
7
control.
ways to get a cup.
7 ways
Stop.
to get a cup. Mug.
Stop letting, don't let your debt spiral out of control. Because like Sarah is a hardworking mother of 2 who found herself trapped in a vicious cycle of debt. But then she discovered the power of credit counseling. All right. And she got herself back together. And then this is Sarah. This is Sarah. And that's Sarah now.
I
She
think
didn't
they get
marry
a little
into that
honest
wealth
toward
either.
the end. They start being honest toward the end.
Don't let home repairs drain your bank account.
All you poor people who own houses,
You know what I mean?
stop all your upgrade. All you impoverished homeowners, stop.
With
That's
all
how-
your-
That's how like the
you-
dog-trotted entrepreneur.
You got to get your gold-plated faucet. Don't do that. Don't
stop
just
remodeling.
stop
Stop putting
remodeling.
a new deck and a new addition on your estate every week.
The underserved entrepreneurs.
Stop paying an extra $610 for car insurance. I mean, that's easy. I mean, what are you doing? And especially if you are a multi-adult one-car household or a no-car household, that's maybe what you should do. Get rid of your car altogether. Then you don't have to pay for any insurance.
Yep.
Boom. Solved.
Oh, yeah.
I'm value added to this.
When I lived in New York City, we didn't have a car, no car note. I had no idea how much gas cost. So
It was a beautiful thing when you were
just
on
move
your
to
way.
Midtown Manhattan, get you a condo. You don't have to think about a car. Solutions. What are people
Solutions.
that say we never offer solutions?
Thank you, Diallo. Clip this right here. Smack them with this clip right here. Next time somebody complain we don't have solutions for you. Move to Midtown Manhattan and get rid of your car. Stop paying full price for retail purchases.
Yep.
Suckers.
No.
Store,
See, listen.
Every time I go to the store, Clarence hooks me up.
No, but that's not Clarence because y'all go through the wrong line. The self-checkout line gives you an extra discount. So that's where you got to go through the self-checkout.
And that's why you on the run. That's why every Friday you in
That's
a
what it said
different
on the
location.
paper. That's what it meant. That's what he
If
meant.
you would just if you would just go ahead and settle your accounts, Geechee.
You get a extra discount at the self-checkout line. That's what they was trying to say. So stop paying full price.
So you just got to join AARP. Not the AAPRP, just the AARP and get your discounts. And then this is my favorite. Leave your family $2 million richer. Why had none of us thought
How's
of
that going to
this?
get me rich, though?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
You
about
leaving
it.
them richer with $2 a day on $1 million life insurance policy. Boom.
Hey, listen, my granny.
Everybody got $2 million coming.
My granny got the best line. So they be calling her, and when they call her, she said, "Listen, I want the money now. Give it to me now. Why can't you give it to me now? I could be gone then." And they be like, they hang up on it every time. So $2 million.
So just set it up, and you won't have it, but your next of kin will. So you're at least leaving them.
Listen, I'm leaving my sons 23 chromosomes.
And 27 of them don't work.
They got 23 chromosomes straight out the motherland.
23 and me.
You can't buy that. Can't put a price tag on that. That's my only obligation, really.
Man, that's
evolutionary perspective.
It's wild though. After reading those 7 steps, we really must be insane or backwards or lacking moral fortitude or
they started
because
getting
that's really
honest
easy. Why aren't we rich?
They started getting honest towards the end, I think, when they talk about inheritance. That was the most honest thing. If you want to get rich, inherit that shit. Because that's the man
that we put the video
and guarantor of wealth is inheritance. And something else I want to say about your boy, whoever that dude is not the millionaires and the wealthy class the most litigious population in this country?
They got
Wait,
all the lawyers
for
and they can afford
civil
all the lawyers.
and non-criminal court
what is-
cases and prosecution is mostly corporations and wealthy. How many times has Microsoft and Bill Gates, remember he was in court nonstop when he was telling us the world isn't fair, and then he's, got an act of Congress and was sitting before Congress and the Supreme Court in order to protect his interests. So how is that? It's wealthy people. And in fact, if you want to be wealthy, you stay pointing fingers, suing and litigating shit. Intellectual property, copyright, trademark, infringement. So he's a lion. He just wants all the wealth for himself.
I mean, right after that, when he got the number 6, he said avoid fear and don't play it safe with your money. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So he was everywhere with it, just like that paper. So
anyway, I thought it was entertaining. Sometimes it's good to pick at low-hanging fruit.
I did think that was entertaining, and I will say, if we can, I'll share this one too, because I thought this was entertaining as well. It might cause some consternation with some of our reverse hashtag friends, but a new study from the National Bureau of Economic Research says that immigration is saving the American economy. And long story short, during his presidency, Trump imposed significant restrictions on legal immigration, arguing that new arrivals displace American workers and reduce wages. In 2023, the U.S. economy grew at a 2.5% rate. Since February 2020, there has been no net job growth among native-born Americans. One reason is that native-born workforce is flat or shrinking. Baby boomers are retiring and birth rates remain low. The study concluded that immigrants raise wages and boost the employment of U.S.-born workers. The study found that immigration, thanks to native immigrant complementarity and college skill content of immigrants, had a positive and significant effect between 1.7 to 2.6% on wages of less educated native workers over the period 2000 to 2019, and no significant wage effect on college-educated natives. So if you are a non-college educated American-born citizen over the last 20 years or so, legal immigration has offered you a net positive impact of roughly 1.7 to 2.6% on wages, even if you did not yourself go to college, and had no effect on those who did go to college. So the idea that people are taking jobs of American citizens, including black and brown citizens already here, is part of the fallacy. And then I did look it up, by the way, just to confirm, and less than 10% of immigrants in this country are so-called illegal. So the fact that this study focuses on quote-unquote legal immigration makes the so-called illegal immigration irrelevant, particularly when we're talking about its impact on working people here, because the net impact of the so-called legal immigration has benefited American-born so-called native worker there, in part because immigrants are not simply workers, but consumers. And of course, this is a 70% consumer-based economy, so that consumption helps. The ability of immigrants to spur growth overall helps explain why immigration has a positive employment rate effect for most native workers, according to this NBER studies. In other words, immigrants are not taking jobs from native-born workers, as Trump claims. They are facilitating economic growth and creating more jobs for everyone.
are they using that what's it, Tariq Hassan from Boston U College? I did see that
In terms of for which part?
For the I guess the data that shows that the immigrants help the economy.
I can't claim to have vetted the actual study, so I don't know. I haven't gotten that far with it, so
Yeah,
I can't.
I was
answer
just
that
looking
question.
it up. I saw this thing right here. I don't know if this is the person who did it at Boston
And
College.
Is meaning, what would that mean?
No, I was just curious if that's who they were using. This is the second time I saw something like that, and I was just curious who, like what's who.
Well, there's been, honestly, I remember in grad school, shout out to the late great Dr. James Turner. I mean, in one of his classes, I was introduced not only to the history of the Bracero program, but to some of variations of this kind of research going back, at least to my memory, that roughly 20 plus years ago. So there's been similar arguments made for a long time because one, it should be noted that when reports say something is good for the economy, what they're really, I think it's best to understand that to mean is that it's good for those who own the businesses and the who own the economy, who own the means of production and benefit most from the wealth created from that. But this article is apparently the study is also saying specifically beyond that, just the broad helping of the economy, which does not necessarily mean anything good for working people, particularly Black people, that I think that they actually focus specifically on the impact on wages over that time period is important because it's not true that employment is hurt by so-called illegal, or rather immigration of any kind. And the illegal immigration, so-called, is such a small percentage, relatively speaking, that, and where I've also even seen how they benefit the economy as well through consumption and, of course, cheap labor as well. So, but yeah, I just thought that was a fascinating, little reminder for folks who might be paying attention to that this idea that we should be pitted against one another when we don't own or benefit from
this data and facts ought to change the mind because most Americans who oppose immigration do it on the basis of concern for economic indicators.
That's what I was going to ask. Where if
not
any of
racism, not jingoism, not nationalism.
If any of y'all been invited to do this poll
and
say what
bigotry,
concerns are,
not ethnocentrism. So yeah,
no, I have not. No.
Because
and the white masses have always been known and depended on to vote their economic interests, to vote in favor of their own economic interests. So yeah, this is going to turn things around. It's a new day in America. We did it.
So you don't agree with their most important issue up here? These are the most important issues the survey did on a Gallup poll. Immigration's at the top. At the bottom is healthcare. People not really worried about healthcare, right?
Yes, but again, I don't agree with that. Number one, I think that again, that's what's being pushed in the conservative and right-wing media. You have people out here. I think it was Walter. Are you guys familiar with Walter Masterson? He's a comedian, and he goes out to Trump rallies and he says, ask the white folks, the Trump supporters, the Trump cultists, what's your number one issue? And he says immigration is the number one problem in America. And he asked them, how have you personally been affected by the immigrant invasion and the onslaught and deluge of immigrants? And not one of them has a story how they are personally affected by immigration. So who was the scholar that said, the European sociologist that said it's impossible to underestimate the stupidity of the American voting public?
Walter Masterson is a wow.
Wasn't that what's his name? Yeah, that helps. The one who was reviewing the early formation of this country.
Right. Yeah. The Tocqueville.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a nation, or better, let's Kwame Ture, because they get mad at us for quoting white folks, Marx. Kwame Ture said, American capitalism system not only makes people stupid, it makes them arrogant in their stupidity.
Hey, shout out to Yuri Smuter in the chat. I just had a fun time as he hosted a debate with me and David Swanson just before the show on the justification, are wars ever justified? So I look forward to that coming out. That should be, that was fun. All right, yeah. So you put it in the chat. The GoFundMe, just as another reminder, folks, that May 19th, Dale Jones, Malcolm X's birthday. We're going to be at Nomu in Baltimore. Ho Chi Minh. Birthday. Yep. And isn't I think there's a couple more too, but we'll be there. So come through. The links to the details of all of that is in the show description and also in the chat. If you can make it, that would be great. And anything else we're going to do tonight? What's up?
I think that's everything we wanted. We just wanted to come on here and let folks know.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do one more pop up. I'll let y'all pick the theme because y'all want to accuse me.
I mean, I just feel like there was a little tiny little bait and switch, just a little.
No,
tiny,
if you go back to the DMs, I've said it like 3 times. Y'all just don't listen.
Okay,
to
my
me.
bad, my bad.
Oh, listen,
huh?
We don't listen.
Go back to the conversation and look how many times I mentioned.
Sino, you always got to prove your love to Diallo. So this is what I say to him.
You love me? I'm not gonna prove it today.
Yeah, I love that. So
anyway. Yeah, I mean, I love Daruba too, but dang, DC. I mean, my bad. Dang.
Somebody. Oh yeah. Whenever me and him supposed to be battling on the vegan cook-off. Well, actually, he don't cook vegan, but I'm supposed to battle him.
I'd like to taste test that.
Listen, I do my things in them kitchens.
Pause.
This guy, wow.
Oh man,
they might let me in the kitchen at when we go to dinner spot after the event. They might let me whip some stuff up. Now, his wife
Canelo. I don't know nothing about these fights.
Who?
I think pro fighting. I think we should evolve beyond pro fighting in football.
Right after the Tyson fight, we'll do that.
Seriously, I don't watch it. Racist ass UFC. I am glad that Adesanya started losing.
Oh yeah,
nothing does my heart better. Even though I don't like pro fighting sports, I'm glad Israel repeatedly get his ass beat.
The Nigerian Nightmare. That's messed up, man.
I think Chitty Macha needs to. I think you need to
don't
prove
coon.
That. I think
the bar is low.
Shitty Macha needs to prove that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a cook-off.
So we should have. We should definitely have a platform wide.
I can't join a cook-off as a former owner of a vegan restaurant and a vegan catering company.
That don't mean you can cook
at this. I can't.
But
whoop
you
on
like
you.
Can cook.
I can't whoop on you amateurs.
You got to license your hands.
That's not how that works. That don't mean you can cook.
Catering. Actually, I can. You know, I would set the plates and stack the crates. My wife was the chef. But by extension, when Adesanya was asked about Joe Rogan's repeated use of the N-word,
never mind. That's why, yeah, you're right.
Over and over, and they said, "What do you think? You're a good friend. You've been on his podcast, and you've been very public with your friendship with Joe Rogan. What do you think about his repeated use of the N-word?" And he looks dead at the camera and says, "Joe Rogan, that's my nigga." And right after that, he started getting his ass beat. The ancestors took whatever ancestors snatched, whatever they had given him.
That's how he get his check, though. He
started getting his ass beat. I'm telling you, don't coon. If you're doing good, don't coon.
Wow.
Cooning his chances. So from that moment, I'm like, forget that. I thought he was a return of Anderson Silva, but
yeah, I thought he was.
Fortunately, he's not.
I thought he was doing.
Yeah.
You get the invite.
I mean, it's some other stuff, but I mean, that's probably. I mean, after that, why pay attention?
Man, that's messed up. It's real.
Yeah. I hope he don't win nothing.
So so a white man going to fight him. You want the white man to beat him up?
Yes. The white man didn't already beat him up psychologically. Might as well make it fact. Menticidal. Yeah, I don't want Toms to win nothing.
What if he made a mistake, man? What if he's just trying to chase that bag?
Then let him say it. Show me the statement where he's like, "Yeah, I was spoke out of turn. I didn't have any concept or grasp or understand how I was behaving and what I said and the impact it would have. And therefore, I fucked Joe Rogan and I apologize." And that's it. Don't take much for me.
Chrisette Michelle, she apologized. Y'all still on her back.
Who?
Chrisette Michelle, she apologized.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Chrisette Michelle is?
No.
What did she apologize for?
When she sung for Trump and everybody was hating on her. at the inauguration. She
Oh,
apologized.
well, it's about to get worse. This next one's about to be worse. There's gonna be they're gonna be running over each other to perform.
I think Killer Mike will be the first one to perform, but who knows? We'll see how that works.
He would he all jokes
Kanye
aside,
wouldn't
Mike
perform
wouldn't go
for
that
Trump.
far. Come on, he wouldn't
That's
go
not
that
on
far.
brand. Cuddly wouldn't
Not even
perform
Mike
for
wouldn't go
Trump.
that far.
All right. If he called Mike to a meeting, you think he's not going?
He'll go to a meeting.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
He's not gonna perform though.
Oh yeah, he'll sit down, but he'll go to a meeting on our behalf. All the bullshit he does on our behalf because he loves us so much.
Y'all must have got about the ticket that he gonna get. Once you get that type of money, remember he says it's a money line where he do or not. So once he get that dollar,
He did sit down with old boy and Billionaire in on the show Billionaire.
Go up there, man. What you talking about?
Or Billions, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like I said, I'm willing to forgive. I'll forgive sellouts and coons if they come back home. There's certain egregious offenses that you can't come back for. I'd forgive Dr. Fubar. Yes, he could come back. He had to get forgiveness from his baby mamas first, even the ones he hidden away from us. Once he get forgiveness from them, then I'll talk to him. But he has to have a written permission slip from his baby mamas. And the
I
mother
am
of his
sleepy.
baby
This
mamas.
is first of all, we way past my bedtime. First of all, but
my
today's been a
wife said-
particularly.
I'm waiting for my wife to bring me my M&Ms, and then
Today's been a particularly long day. I'm actually glad we did this to boost my spirits because honestly, after the show with Renee this morning, which folks should go check out, I did went to that funeral for Rick Tingling Clemens. May he rest in power. And that joint hit me harder than I thought, man. I can't even front. I wasn't quite ready for my reaction to being there and seeing folks and the family and all that stuff. So talking about war for a little while and then doing this has made it, but it's been a long day. And yeah. So yes, I am sleepy to be specific.
My night's just getting started.
What you gonna be eating chocolate up all day?
Well, my wife said she was gonna bring me back some. I call them M&Ms. What else am I supposed to call them? But they the Justins. They call them like peanut butter chocolate bites or whatever. But they just M&Ms, vegan M&Ms. But it's been a while. So.
Clarence can't come back.
Yeah, I said some people can never come back.
They said Candace and Clarence can't come back. That's what they said.
Candace can't come back. Dr. Fubar, he never went that far across the road.
No,
In fact, Fubar ain't even over there. He's on our side, fucking up.
What about Tariq?
I could never come back. I'd never, man, fuck that dude. I mean, he said some things, disrespected our ancestors. No, I think he's one of the most egregious. The fact that he still has status and standing in our community, man, shame on the rest of us.
I don't think it's as big as it used to be, but maybe it still is. It seemed like
the FBA is pretty significant.
Maybe.
And Yvette, what did I just see Yvette on some other? I saw her on Queen's Flip. Do you know who Queen's Flip is?
Yeah, from Buttons Podcast. Comedian.
She was on his show.
Wasn't he a co-host on Joe Budden's?
He still is. He got his own show.
He does. He's been at his own show. The thing with Budden is like a new sort of collaboration. He has had his own show for a long time.
Yeah, he's the dude always running up on people with his shirt off.
I ain't never seen a show. I saw that. I ain't never.
No, he had skits. He did his own. He had his own video thing and his own setup it with a co-host.
She would go on there with her goofy ass comedy shit. Yeah.
But he also had like a more serious version, kind of more akin to what we're doing here, but in his context of hood politics and rap beef and Cy Netter beef and all that kind of stuff. He was,
What's Cy Netter doing? I ain't heard from him in a minute.
Yo, I saw her on that couch, but I saw like something her on that couch, but I didn't know that was his show.
Yeah.
Comedy shit. But I listen, you can never contend with the popularity of prosperity. Empty promises of wealth, of immense and immediate wealth. There's no combating that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
people gonna call her out.
on his show, he just have the not the customer, the interviewee just framed up the whole time. He don't show himself.
Who?
Queen's Flip.
No, he sits there.
Oh,
Does he have his shirt on?
I
I don't want to watch Queens with his shirt on. This shit ain't funny.
I wouldn't watch any other way. I don't want to see anybody.
That's just hilarious. Queen's Flip. When he tackles that girl and tell her to eat healthy. He be running up on cats mad aggressive. He ran up on Jim Jones. He runs up on cat. I know it's a skit, but he be mad aggressive with his shirt on. That shit is funny.
Wait, you sure he had this thing before buttons? Because I've never seen no podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, he was doing it
for
before
years.
Buttons. He was big. He got to Button's show on the strength of the shit he was doing before.
Yeah, Buttons.
I know he got the buttons because of his skits, but I didn't know he was a podcaster too.
Yeah, I for a while would watch
Mr. Bias or something.
Damn, she's sitting far. Does everybody sit way over there?
See, he's got his YouTube plaques and everything. But the setup I used to see was different. The G Money with him and G Money, they had this looks like somebody's grandparents' house. They used to have like a more fly, modern setup.
I think this is like they just put that up in, you know how they put those studios up?
Yeah.
In a room, that's what those are put together stage.
But he got multiple YouTube plaques.
But I think that's from his comedy. It can't be from his this shit.
I'm telling you, it is. This stuff is he's what are the numbers on that interview? I'm sure they're pretty good. They're pretty good. And again, it's you know, it's the reverse hashtag argument is just very distillable to a pop mainstream audience. It doesn't require a lot of nuance. It doesn't require a lot of depth of thought or
I don't get
critical
mad,
thinking. And
I don't get mad. If I was in a position to pick who white folks, who's going to trend and who the algorithm would push forward amongst white folks, white media would look very differently. And the white leaders and white heroes and white public figures would look very differently. I ain't mad at white folks and their algorithm for putting people like that up front, because I do the same. If I was in the position.
Yeah, I just saw it. Quiet Room.
So
yeah, quiet. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He got 300K subs.
There you go with
his shirt off. There you go. That's what get it. One of y'all would just take y'all shirts off. We could go by. We can get up our numbers up, but y'all too modest.
Or you got to bring Charleston White on. That's 1.1.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Take your shirt off and bring a coon on.
See, this I'm telling you, this is how you got. This is how you got the numbers.
Y'all don't want to get up there.
He may. I mean,
our message is so
show
important.
You could probably prove it right here. I'm saying I didn't know him from that. I knew him from more of this sort of standard podcast. I'm not watching all that stuff. I see that right there. I'm not watching all of that.
Yeah.
Like I said.
So I saw, like, you see Hassan Campbell, like I would have seen that one at one point. Right there on the lower left hand. Okay. Right there.
He's trying to find a new home since remedial math has turned him off. So
and that's a show I haven't looked at in a long time.
Stale ass New York cats. Right. Since you got a one-man boycott of remedial math, now you starting to follow Queen's Flip.
No, I'm not following him. I just happened to see that she was on there. I haven't watched this stuff, any of this in a long time. And I don't watch the Budden show too much.
His shirt off. Yeah, so. I'll watch him if his shirt off. If he got
the most Cam and Mace are really the most. That's really the most ratchet I get.
Why are you following stale New York cats?
I think they're hilarious.
I mean, this sports show is a lot.
I think it's really good and it's hilarious. And
once they get Shannon Sharp on there, I think they'll be all right.
Yeah,
talking about sports. Jesus Christ! Yes,
it's like barbershop sports.
Yeah, that's really what. Yeah, it's like it's. Yeah,
I cut my own hair.
Me too.
You know, no goddamn barbershop.
But that's why I like to see it. I don't get to go to the barbershop. No. I don't think I can afford the barbershop. It's like 30 plus a cut.
Yo, barbershops are wild now. Yeah. And they don't like walk-ins. Like barbershops don't like walk-ins no more. I don't understand.
Y'all fucked up the barbershop. You young whippersnapper.
What do you do? Was it an app now?
Yeah, there's apps, but like every time, it no matter what state you in, You walk in, you come in, they be like, they don't like new business, man. It's wild.
Wow. I didn't know. Listen.
And but maybe the app get them paid. Maybe they know I got 15 heads, this amount of money. I don't want nothing else.
That's what it needs to be. Number 8. That's what number 8 should have been on that. Allow walk-ins in your barber shop if you want to be rich.
Both of my sons got locks, and one of my youngest son, he wanted his shit faded up and shit with like a lock mohawk. And I said, if you go to the barbershop, they're gonna push your hairline back and make you come back faster. I know that's how they do that.
Oh,
so
you know who had that hairstyle? You know who had that exact hairstyle? This brother who was at that conference I was at, the Capital Matters conference in Montgomery this past week. And I didn't get to rap with him, but it was funny because he's a young and up and coming black capitalist who was an emissary of DC's own industrial bank. So he was up there talking about the virtues of the black bank, and then on my panel I got to I don't know if he was in the room, I don't think so, but I got to mention that how wonderful it was that I had one point got to debate his boss over the issue of buying power on Brother Netfa's show, which was I still think a wonderful, very, very revealing moment.
You like to reference your debates, but you never say who won.
Oh, I usually always do. That one I won easily. But whenever I bring up my debates, like Dyson, I've lost to Dyson 3 times. I've lost to Dyson.
Don't worry, Diallo lost to that student the other day. That last debate he had, and they kicked him off the platform. He no longer can debate no more.
Now, David Swanson said I won the debate earlier tonight.
Off of me. Shit, I quit.
What happened to that platform? Oh, they quit you? Yeah, that's
they quit Diallo. Diallo
misrepresented that brother. That dude you debated that. I watched that and was just amazed at how I've never been more on Diallo's side than ever.
Are you not entertained?
That was just. And that was Stanford, right? That was
Stanford. Dude had a Stanford t-shirt. He was on Stanford campus with a Stanford placard behind him. And because I called him Stanford instead of his name, he wanted to throw blows.
Yo, tactic.
Lord have mercy. I mean, Stanford.
That's what I'm telling you, man.
Get rid of their DEI program. I'm with the right ring on this one. Stanford just let for the first time in my life, I finally
should have called it. Diallo said, "You poster child for anti-affirmative action."
No, but look, can I tell you something with the Great Debate League? Yeah, I'll name names. I'm not like most.
They took it down too, though.
About you, I'm gonna say your name.
They took it down.
Had me on, and I debated some doctor brother from some university.
He was a PhD,
real credential type dude.
Some doctor brother.
He barely got a high school diploma.
No, he wasn't a PhD, was he?
No, the first dude I debated.
Oh.
And I debated and I demolished him. Unanimous decision by some very, very biased judges who were biased against me. And then they called me 3 separate times to debate.
And that was funny.
And when it comes time to debate, it don't look like it, but I prepare, I rehearse, I research, right? So this sister was going to debate me on capitalism, pro-capitalist. This was like the 3rd time they tried to get me on to debate somebody capitalist. And every time someone would agree to debate me, they get up close to the date and bail out. And I let them do this to me 3 times, and I still showed up to debate capitalism. And that's why they had that freaking Tasmanian devil madman debate me, because 2 other adults had bailed out, and he was the only dude willing to debate me on that, because like the brother said, I am a master debater. And dude, you saw he lost his shit and they deleted my shit. And I'm like, you can't delete my shit. And so that was that. And so, yeah, I will no longer return to the Great Debate League. So they lost access to one of the master debaters of our generation because they want to be biased against me.
That is hilarious. So just to clarify, and if you or anyone don't agree,
I'm a cunning linguist.
Oh, that's good.
That's why I say semantics
good.
matters. I didn't go that far.
After you lost your last debate, your wife was cussing you out, and this was you.
All in my mind is playing, ramping YouTube. I need to stop the ramping. Okay. I need to stop the playing. I need to stop the ramping.
Okay.
Everything I don't know, my friends know the word. Everything I don't know, I only have plain, ramping YouTube in my head.
Stop playing all the time, man.
Hey, congrats. And congrats, Alicia.
Wokeness. Listen, I'm against DEI, and now I'm against wokeness.
What?
I'm going right wing. I'm about to get paid. I'm gonna get a nice car so that Jared can pretend to be my friend. Because you're not gonna take away my childhood. When I say Tasmanian devil, I'm talking about Looney Tunes, and I'm talking about somebody acting an erratic way. Don't come at me with this righteous. We all know about the genocide in Tasmania and New Zealand. We know that, but there is a little marsupial called a Tasmanian devil too. Come on now.
Or you could
Talk
just
about
apologize.
Talk about don't use the colonizer lingo, type it in English.
Lord have his mercy. So now I'm against
my goodness.
I am wokeness.
Ramping.
All right, good people. What
right,
else? Otherwise, I gotta go to sleep, man.
Yeah, man.
Go to sleep. I'm going to
I gotta
play
go to sleep. Yeah, go ahead.
You tired of cry, we go to sleep. You gonna play what?
It's Saturday night, so I'm going to play Soulstorm, Dawn of War, Soulstorm, Unification mod.
God damn, that sounds intense.
Yeah, it is, man. Got to save the Imperial men from the Xenos and the Heretic and the Mutant. But it's a strategy game. You have to manage resources. You have to delegate. You have to determine what forces, whether you want ranged or melee. You got to, formation. You got to control territory. So I'm doing that in preparation so I can be sharp. Anyway, that's my night. See my wife get back with them M&Ms.
All right. Well, all right. Hey, look, good people. We well over almost at 500 and alive. Appreciate you all coming through on such short notice for this Saturday Night Live EYL special edition. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the other things, and we will catch you soon come. Anything
all right. Next time, y'all.
If you're willing to fight for it, like Fred Hampton used to say, we'll see you next time right here on...
You got to earn your liberation.